AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Is this heat wave here to stay? Here's John with our Agri-weather outlook.
Looking at the overall weather pattern as we go into the midpoint of July, the hot weather is definitely pegging the western United States, the Intermountain West, California up through Washington, all through the Rocky Mountain states. That's where the most anomalously hot weather is located. As far as most of the upper Midwest, northern plains, middle west, Great Plains, the northern part, it's more warm than hot, a little warmer than average at times, yes, certainly, but we're missing most of the searing heat, the record-setting heat that's been occurring from time to time out in the western states. And within this overall pattern, rainfall in July is typically kind of random. I mean, there's always a cause for rain, but it seems to be kind of just scattered around and difficult to find any real mean or rhyme or reason to it, and that's the situation here. I think in general, as we look at the next 2 weeks, the upper Midwest, northern plains, most of the corn bean belt, the Great Plains will find rainfall generally lower than average, temperatures generally warmer than average, but hopefully not too much of an extreme of either one of those. Here's the jet stream pattern as we start this on Sunday and into the early part of the week. The really hot weather is concentrated in the west. South, of course, is quite hot. It's trickling upward into the high plains, and there will be some hot days up in the 90s up in western Canada, but from the northern plains like North Dakota, South Dakota, across through the Great Lakes, bit of a troughiness this week will bring some cooler weather down into these regions. A lot of this in the center of the map here is going to be temperatures in the 70s. Later in the week, we'll go back into the 80s, it looks like, but we'll keep that really hot weather out west. Ridging will predominate the western states. It's kind of a diffuse upper-level flow, which is typical of midsummer. That tends to mean that the storms tend to be kind of random and scattered in nature, and we tend to find not a lot of organization to it. There is some tropical organization. I don't know that we're going to see any tropical storms. There's a lot of dust in the Atlantic Ocean right now, and that tends to suppress hurricanes. But the pattern for southeastern United States rainfall just remains quite wet. As we head toward the mid-break of this forecast period and into the second week, we will see really hot weather moving back into the Rocky Mountain states and much of the west. The northern plains and Great Lakes will continue to be a little warmer than average, but certainly not unusually so. I think we'll keep most of the consistently hot weather in the high plains and the Rocky Mountains. Showers and thunderstorms, there will probably be a couple of days or nights of that through the northern plains, but the wettest part of the country is likely going to be the eastern seaboard. Monsoon rains will produce above average thunderstorms in the mountains of the southwest. The second week looks pretty dry over most of the northern plains and the upper Midwest.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.